In this little video, I will go through 4 points within the Moodle setup. The first is to understand the administration menu. Then we will talk about the settings that you need to enable for students to send tasks. Third, about setting within each task for the point system to work. And fourth, overview over the assignment submitted to the teacher, where you find them. Okay, so first of all, the administration menu. That's the one that you have here on the side. It can be quite confusing if you're used to SDB because all the terminologies are different. But there's one thing that is the basic when it comes to the setup, and that is administration is for what you see. So for example, here I am on the front page. So the administration only has to do with what you see here on the front page. If I click into a category, the administration will change and it has to do with the setup of this overview. If I go into a period, which is the same as a course, the administration has to do only with this course. Okay, and so basically when you are within a course, this is the administration menu that you will see, and this is the administration menu that you will work with when it comes to the grades, the setting for the course, and so on. So this is the most important. Go into the course that you want to administrate, look at the administration menu. This is where we're going to work from here and beyond. Okay, so first of all, settings for a course to enable students to send tasks to the teacher. So when you have created a new course, for example, period one, it's already created. You have the tasks showing the points, showing if it's a course or studies. This is all good. You have to go into edit settings. So this is the settings for the whole course. There's a lot of settings here. We're not going to go through all of them. You have already looked at some of them. But there is one here called, let me just click quickly through them, the topics, appearance, show activity report, files and upload. Here you can, for example, default is 1 MB upload. That might be little if you want to attach a couple of photos. So for this course, you can, for example, say, I will allow students to upload something up to 10 MB. But please don't go higher than this because it will take a lot of space on the server. This is the important setting, enable tracking, enable completion tracking. This should be set to yes. That's important. Those are the most important settings here. So when done, you click Save and Display. What we have just done is to allow the students to actually send the tasks to the teacher. Now we're going into point number 3, setting for each task for point system to work. Okay, so let's go into this course that is called another kind of school, or that's a course within period 1. So this is a course, and within each course, it's the assignment that where you put the points. All the other reading material you don't have to touch. So let's go in and check the settings for this assignment. So we will edit it, edit settings. Okay, again here you will have a lot of options going down. Normally this will be enabled by default. It's good to switch it off because if not it will say that the assignment has been late. Again here, submission type if they want to write in an editor, if they want to be able to upload. I don't think I can change this now because it should be able to change to 10 MB now, but I will check this why that doesn't work. Feedback types, to be able to give comments. Do the teacher need to upload files with feedback? Then you have to tick this one, that he will have that option. Comment in line. gives an option to, yeah, it tells itself all these are good settings to go through and decide how you want it to work with your course. Submission settings. Require students to click a submission button. Yes, that's a good thing because then they know that they have actually submitted it. Terms and conditions, no, we don't work with that at the moment, but you can say that if you submit this now, you cannot go back, or you will have 3 attempts, or you can make a kind of statement, but for now it's a no. And yeah, there are some more settings, not very important. We don't use groups, notification. So every time a student of yours submit a task with these settings, you should get an email or alert that a new task is now available to be graded. And grades, okay, this is the important part. You use the point system. Maximum grade is how many points the task is nominated to. So if it is 4 points, you write 4 there. And grade to pass is also 4 because STB and DMM works in the way that it's not scaled, like you can get 90% or 80%. If you have a 4-hour task, you pass it, you get 4 points. So these two should always be identical. Then I have set up something additional here, that is grade category. And this is a setup that I have done more globally. You don't need to think about it. But every time that you create a new task, you have to decide if it's a course, experience, or studies. So that you just decide on this menu. I'm going to go through here to see if there's anything else. All these are settings that can be used at a later point. But at the moment, I think these are the most important ones. And as we develop the system, we might introduce more like a group work, group assignment. If you have a group exam, there can be other tasks that consist of different steps that they have to go through before they're allowed to do, for example, the final exam. And you can make those dependencies within the system. There's a lot of options, but this is the basic ones. So that's how you set up the points for an assignment. Just going to go back. I know there was another task that had 2 assignments to it. Just trying to see if I can find it. Here, you have 2 assignments. So in this sense, this course, remember to always go in and also put the points. Okay, I don't know the points of this one, but example, 3 points. You should always write that so it's very clear from the overview how many points. Let's say this was 4 points. Then I see you have 2 assignments in this task. Then you will have to go into the first assignment. And here again, go through the default, remove this, allow online text, feedback types, allow teacher to attach a file with feedback, inline comments, submission settings, yes, student need to say submit, notification, yes, if the teacher want to have a mail, grade, point, yeah. So here you see as there are 2 assignments, the task is 4 points, you need to set each of the 2 assignments to 2 points, or you put one assignment just to 1 point and the other one to 3. But the thing is that you just have to, the total amount of tasks, if it's 4 points and you have 4 assignments within that task, then they need to be 1 point each. So the total should always be the same. That's important. All right. So this is basically how you set up the point system correctly. So now I will go back to the overview over this assignment submitted. Again, it has so many options, and at the moment I have made a kind of setup that works, but it's not the final one. But when I'm in period 1, you can go to the grades. Here you will see all the tasks that the student has, and let me just go into the first assignment. It will say, just trying to find out. So here I will see all the submission that has been made from that task. It will show here, and if you go into view all submission, it will say if they have submitted, and you can grade them. When you are inside any submission, you have a lot of other options here that you just have to go in to look through. View gradebook. Brings us back here. Let me see another task. I don't think you have submitted anything here yet. So, but this is where you see it. I'll go one back again to the study task. You also have something called a gradebook setup, and this is where it will show the overview over the studies, 9 points, courses, 20 points, experiences, 4 points, in total 33. I've not been able to remove this weight first. Weight, that would be a good thing because it's a little bit disturbing. I can't really see how we're going to use it. Maybe later I will find a way to remove it. But here you will see very clearly which tasks are studies, which are courses, and which are experience. So that's in the grade setup. Okay. Another way in is, as a teacher, you can also click on grades. It will show all the courses that I'm taking, all the courses I'm teaching. So if I'm teaching this one, this brings you in the same way. I'm not sure if this will show something after they have been corrected, or if it will show something if they have submitted, but we need to get some submission and some correction of tasks to see how these things are populated. So I click on this task, I can see there are no submissions. That's basically how it is. So try to work with it, see how you get along, and as we start to get populated this point stuff, we will try to look into if there are easier way to get into to see submissions of tasks and so on.